Hello children, welcome to again a fresh day for today's lecture. So students, as we are going to see the fourth lecture of this video from chapter 5. So yesterday as we have seen regarding Janapadas, then Mahajanapadas, what are Janapadas, what are Mahajanapadas, uh, how means what were their thinking, or then what was fortification, okay, and what do you mean by fortification, and these things we have seen. And for making of certain big walls in, and for making their city fortified, they needed little more wealth, little more money. Before that, they started collecting the new kings. The new kings started collecting taxes. These things we have seen. So in today's lecture, as yesterday I have told you at the end of the video, that today we'll be discussing what are the methods, or what are the ways in which, how they means how, or we can say how they collect, how they collected the taxes. Okay, how they collected the taxes, that we'll be seeing in today's lecture. And by that, what all changes took place in the agriculture also. Sorry. So these things we are going to discuss today. As you can see, what are the tax list and the changes in agriculture. The third is the resources in Magadha, and who are the rulers of Magadha, and the capital city of Magadha, and Alexander the Great. These are today's topics that we are going to discuss. So let's get started. The first topic is, as I have told you, we'll be explaining regarding what are the methods, or that they, and how they have decided to collect the tax, that we are going to see. So here is the tax list. First, they decided on collecting, means they decided collecting taxes on crops. Okay, so taxes on crops were most important. Why? Why it was very important? Because most of the people, see this, you can see in your textbook, page number 51, on the taxes section, the first point. This is what right now I'm explaining. So the taxes on crops were most important. Why is it so? Because most people were farmers, okay, and usually the tax was fixed at 1/6 of what was produced. Means usually the tax was fixed at what? The 1/6 part of what was produced, and this was known as bhaga, or it is known as share. It is known as bhag. So the thing they produced. So, and with that, the amount they received by producing and by selling it, okay, what happened? The 1/6 share of that, their money, that was being collected as tax. Means it was collected on crops. Okay, yeah, the 1/6 share of crops collection was being collected as taxes. Then the second method that they used. So there were taxes on craft persons as well. Okay, means there were, as you can see in the figure. See, this is what craft person is, means the person who makes crafts using needles, clothes, everything. So these are known as craft persons. So there were taxes on craft persons as well. These could have been in form of labor, means according to their labor, means how many time they have worked, their working times. According to their working time, they used to uh, collect the taxes. For example, we can say, or see, a weaver or a smith or a person who is weaving clothes, who is expert in weaving clothes, may have had to work for king for 1 day every month. Means every month they would, the king would ask that craft person to go 1 day on every month for him to work. Means the king would call them to work every month. This is how they, means they use, means in this way they used to collect the taxes. Means here you can say this was kind of a tax paid only. Means every month they should go there and help or and work for the king. This is how what's one kind of tax method that they use. First we have talked that tax were collected on crops. Second was the weaver or the smith had to work for the king for 1 day every month. And other method was herders were also expected to pay taxes. The herders or farmers also were asked to pay the taxes. So mostly in form of animals and animal produce. Means we can say in form of animals how we can pay the tax. Means the farmers or we can say herders, not farmers. Herders had to send one of their animal. They should give one of the animal to the king. Okay, means they should leave one animal uh, to the king. They should give one animal to the king. Okay, in this way. On the other way is, or by produce, by giving animal produce. That means animal produce means we can say as animals produce by giving milk or by giving milk products. Okay, uh, these things like we can say ghee, milk. So such things means that animal from what all food items that animals produce. These things were also given as a part of tax. The third method is either by leaving one animal or by giving the animal products or animal produce items. Okay, this was the third method. Okay, so these were the three methods that were being used. And there are also taxes on and goods. Okay, taxes and goods that were bought and sold through trade. Means they also uh, taxes on goods and that were brought and sold through business, through trade. And the hunters and gatherers also had to provide forest products also to the king or to the raja. This is what were the methods in which they used to collect the, or the kings used to collect the taxes. So what do you think would have been provided by hunters and gatherers? Means as we have talked that maximum people were farmers, so there were also changes in agriculture also with this. With this, what happened, as by collecting taxes, there are also agriculture farmers included in it. So what happened ultimately? Changes took place in this agricultural method. So what were the two major changes that took place? You can see on the screen also. What is that? First is the growing use of iron plowshares. Means the growing use of iron plowshares. This was one method. One was growing use of iron plowshares. This means that heavy clay or soil could be turned over better than with a wooden plowshare. Means we can say, as we have learnt in the previous chapters, that for plowing purpose, the farmers or the farmers used wooden plows. Okay, but later on they used what, iron plows that would help them plow the field easily. Means that could turn over heavy and clayey soil. So it was very easy to plow the field with the help of this iron plow, better than wooden plow. Means in ancient times they used wooden plough. Then after, right now, as the part of collecting, means as they were collecting taxes, the agriculture farmers also included. As this they were included, there were also changes in the agriculture. The first change was that they started using iron ploughs instead of wooden ploughs to plough the field easily over the heavy and clay soil. And therefore second, the second sub point is that therefore more grain could be produced. So, and with this iron plough, more grains can be produced easily. That is the first major change. The second change is that major change is that people began transplanting paddy. Means what do you mean transplanting paddy? Means see, instead of scattering in ancient times, the farmers used to scatter the seeds on the ground, or they used to scatter the seeds on the ground to grow the crops. In ancient times, they used this method. But later on, what happened? Saplings were grown and planted in the field. What happened is they first used to grow the crop separately, okay, and as this crops started to grow, then they took that crop and they went in the field and they used to dig that into the field. This was kind of method they used. First, they separately they would grow the crop, okay, with all the necessary things that crop needs to be done by protecting the crops. They they grew this crop separately, and then they took this crop when it would grow a little bit, then they would take that crop and go into the field and dig, and then they would uh, plant a good crop, or they would get a good crop. This is how the what means transplanting method. So people begin transplanting what? Paddy. What is paddy? It is a crop of rice, okay, which is known as paddy. Okay, so this led to increased production, and as this transplanting method took place, this led to what? Production was increased, and as many more plants also were survived with this. So, however, it was back and breaking work. So, what is that? As we have seen, there are two major changes in the agriculture, and for this transplanting method, it was very much, it took so much of hard work for that. Okay, so it was very back breaking work, and generally this work was done by which kind of people? Slave men and women, as we have called in the last, we have seen in last chapter, dasas and dasis. Those are known as dasas and dasis. Okay, that is slave men and women, and or the landless agriculture laborers. They used to do this kind of work. Okay, means the landless, those who did not have land, they used to do this kind of work, and those were known as what? Kamakaras. Those people were known as Kamakaras, who were not having any land. They used to do such kind of work, which were known as who were known as Kamakaras. Okay, now let's have a closer look into Magadha. What is that? Magadha, you can see on map 4 in page number 49. You can see Magadha. Okay, so Magadha became the most important Mahajanapada in about 200 years. About 200 years ago, it became the famous, most important Mahajanapada, or the where the people or Jana has landed, which is known as Mahajanapada. The great people landed. It is not in this place. This Magadha became most important Mahajanapada in about 200 years, and many rivers had really became a good resource for this Magadha place. Means by this a question arises: how can rivers, or how rivers became a good resource for this Magadha place? So here are the few points as you can see on the screen. Means with the help of river, means many rivers like Ganga and Son. So as we have seen in the previous chapter, Son is a tributary of Ganga, okay, that flowed through Magadha. So many rivers like Ganga and Son, tributary of Ganga, flowed through Magadha. So that was a great help for people of Magadha. And benefits of these rivers were, means in these rivers transportation was easily made, means you can say by waterways they used to transport goods, and water supply was easily made, and the land also was made fertile with this making of land fertile. So parts of Magadha were forested also. Certain parts of Magadha were forested. So forest also was a great resource for Magadha. In which way the parts of Magadha was forested, and benefits of this forest were like the elephants which lived in this forest, they could be captured and trained for the army fight. Okay, means wherever the fight or battle took place, the animal elephants were being trained. Elephants from the forest were being trained. And the second thing is that they were provided wood for building houses, carts, and chariots also. Means then that wood was provided from these forests only. So in this way, we can say was also a great resource for Magadha. Means it was a great help for Magadha place. Now, uh, iron ore mines were also a great resource in Magadha. Which way? There were iron ore mines in this region, and benefits of these iron ores was that these mines could be tapped to make strong iron tools and weapons. Okay, what happened? By this iron ore mines, the region could be tapped to make strong tools and weapons. Okay, now let's understand about the rulers of Magadha. What were they? There were, so this was the resources of Magadha, which that could help Magadha to be developed. Now let's see who were the rulers of this Magadha place. So Magadha had two very powerful rulers. Which were they? First is Bimbisara, second is Ajatsattu or Ajatshatru. Okay, and third, the most important ruler was Mahapadmananda. As you can see in the figure, see, first person was Bimbisara. See, here is the figure of Bimbisara. Second is Ajatshatru, okay, Ajatashatru, and third is Mahapadmananda. These three were the main rulers of the Magadha place. Okay, so what did they do? They used all the possible means to conquer other Janapadas. Means they struggled for the improvement or for the development or betterment of the place called Magadha, and uh, in from that Mahapadmananda was only the person that to extend his control into the north. Means he took this subcontinent Magadha into a next level, means into the northwest part of this world. He took this Magadha into the northwest part of the subcontinent. Means it was the people came to know about Magadha only with the effort of this Mahapadmananda. He's extended his control of this Magadha into the northwest part of the subcontinent. Okay, these were the famous rulers of Magadha. Now let's see the capital city of Magadha. For several years, the capital of Magadha was, what was the capital? As we have already, as we asked, what is the capital of India? New Delhi. In the same way, for several years, the capital of, what was the capital of Magadha? It was Rajagraha, and Rajagraha is present day. Right now, today also, this place is found where it is in Bihar, but the name is little changed. What is the name? Rajgir. So Rajgriha is present day Rajgir in Bihar, and later the capital from Magadha was shifted to which place? Pataliputra. Means it is currently, this place is also in Bihar in the name of Patna. So these are the capital places of this Magadha. Okay, these are the capital cities of Magadha. So now let's see about the great Alexander. Okay, Alexander the Great. Let's see a little detail about Alexander the Great. So more than 2300 years ago, there was a ruler named means there was a ruler in Macedonia in Europe named Alexander. There was a ruler, his name was Alexander, and he wanted to become a world conqueror. Means he wanted to conquer the whole world, but it was not possible for him to conquer the whole world. But he did conquer the parts of Egypt and West Asia. But Alexander the Great, he conquered, he did not conquer, it was not possible for him to conquer the whole world, but he conquered the parts of Egypt and West Asia. And when he came to Indian subcontinent, okay, by with his soldiers to conquer the India, he when he reached the Indian subcontinent, he reached up to the banks of Beas River. Okay, so at that time, what happened? His soldiers refused to march further. Means while he did not conquer the world, but he did conquer the parts of Egypt and West Asia. He came to the Indian subcontinent, reaching up to the banks of the river Beas. Okay, when he wanted to march further eastwards, his soldiers refused to go with him. They were scared. Why? Because as they had heard that rulers of India had vast armies, means they had the strong armies of foot soldiers and chariots and elephants. So he tried to conquer India, but it was not possible for him. As he and his soldiers came to he and his uh, soldiers came to know that India had what vast armies of foot soldiers as well as chariots and elephants. This is why Alexander the Great did not conquer India or the whole world. So this is what today's topic was there up to. So I hope that you understood today's topic. So you have to read today's topic from where we had discussed uh, the tax list, okay, how they used to collect the taxes, and secondly, we have seen the changes according to that, how the changes took place in agriculture, what are the resources in Magadha, okay, and then we have seen about the rulers, main rulers of Magadha region, and then what were the capital city of Magadha, and how why the Alexander the Great did not conquer the whole world or India. What was the reason? This is what we have seen in today's topic. I hope that you understood. So you have to read uh, page number from taxes on page number 51. From that taxes portion to page number 53. That is page number 51, 52, and 53. Up to page number 53, that first paragraph means that more than 2300 years ago, ruler named Alexander. Up to that Alexander, that paragraph, that full paragraph, up to where they were scared as they had rulers of India, vast armies and foot soldiers, chariots and elephants. Up to there you have to read. Okay, today's portion. So let's then until then. Now we'll continue. A little more portion is remaining in this chapter that will continue in the next lecture. I hope that you understood. Now read the portion properly and study well. And bye for now.